Got it.
Hello, everybody. This is the Nickie B. Smith Show. How you doing today? Today we are celebrating women, women of strength, women of character. And no better to get it than right here on the Nickie B. Smith Show. Today I have some wonderful guests that's going to be joining us, and I will introduce them one by one in just a few minutes, but I would like to talk briefly to my sex abuse audience. I want you guys to understand, it's been hard coming from where we've had to come from. It's hard getting out of that past, coming to the right now. I understand that. You're not by yourself, but you gotta include some laughter. You hear what I said? Gotta, G-O-T-T-A. You gotta include some laughter, some humor.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You cannot just be so serious all of the time. I'm telling you, it takes away your character. It takes away your energy. So today we are celebrating Women's Month. And we are going to start by introducing my co-pilot, co-host, Miss Risa Wheat. Let's give her a hand.
Hey, everybody. Hello, everybody.
Now
I'm
here,
back again.
hey Reese, how you
Hey,
doing?
Nickie. I'm good. I am good.
All right.
How you doing today?
Actually, I'm doing very good. I'm doing
Okay.
very good. It's a beautiful day. It's very sunny outside, and I'm enjoying my day.
Good.
I have for us a special lady today. She is outstanding, and she is the queen. The queen, that's what I call her. The queen of the Johnson family. The Johnson family audience is my mother's side of the family. That's what I call them. I call them the Johnson side. And today I have the honor of introducing Miss Saundra Johnson, the queen. Give her a hand, y'all. This is my auntie. This is my auntie.
That's my favorite color, you know.
Oh, good, good. You guys are beautiful. I mean, both of you are beautiful. You outstanding, auntie. How you doing?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great.
You
And
look
I'm
good.
happy to be on with you two young ladies.
You look good with your pearls. Go
Really
on,
good.
lady.
Hey,
Pretty
Yeah.
lady in red.
Didn't she look good, Ray? She
Yes,
really
yes,
does.
she does.
Yes,
Always.
she does.
Auntie's always looking good.
Yes, yes. Auntie, you are a role model to me, and I'm sure that I speak for me and Reese and the whole
Absolutely.
Fernie
Absolutely.
family. Yeah, the generation of us that you alone. I mean, you are superwoman to me, and I'm not wasting time just trying to blow up your head. That's not my thing. Okay, my thing is truth. And Auntie, I didn't know a whole lot about our side of the family and where we came from. And
yes.
and that is one of the reasons that I invited you on today, is because of your unique book. And it's called White Skin, Black Soul. What a unique title. Thank you, Reese. Thank you. Reese always got us now. She got us covered. And yes, White Skin, Black Soul. What a unique title. Can I ask you, what inspired you to write that type of a title?
You know, as I wrote my book, Nickie, every aspect of my life was around my color. You know, it's what people see on the outside and the reaction that you know that it will trigger. But what they don't see is the black. So, you know, the black side, the inner, the identity, the culture, that's the part they don't see.
Mhm.
And so the title, it just seemed to come and it just seemed to fit, you know. So it just came to me. I looked at myself, I was doing the outline. I said, it's no, at first I was doing light skin. I said, no, because there's some different light skin issues versus white skin. And so that's how I came up with the title, just by reviewing my life.
Wow, what a powerful story. I know, I've read the book, it's outstanding. And it really lifted me up, Auntie.
Thank you.
You are so welcome, because without you, honestly, it's so much we didn't know. My family, I'm talking about me and my sibling. You know, my father is my rapist. My father has created a lot of damage in that house. And in my family, they are not very open, but you know what? Can't nobody stop me from telling the truth. And I pray, yes, I pray for them, Auntie, to make a decision to win one day, to win their lives back. It's what I need. You know, but it is their rights if they choose.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. If they choose not to ever accept that truth, then, you know, we just have to accept what their rights are.
That's true.
Yeah.
And denial is such a common response and reaction, you know, families being in denial. And unfortunately, the person who comes out to tell the truth and tell their story can become the bad guy.
Okay.
Because they are the people now that have revealed this sinister secret that
Yes.
everybody has stopped, that everyone is hiding. And these can become generational, and to the point where the you know, the family is very dysfunctional. And there's far too many families that you know, that will turn their head for different reasons. They want to keep that secret. It may be that they have a powerful position. Maybe that the people are afraid of that person. Or like some of the foster children I've gotten, if you hadn't told, they wouldn't have taken us and separated us. So so it's that denial, and the more unhealthy a family is, the more you'll see that. The best therapy in the world is when you can, that family wraps that child around and says, hey, that wasn't your fault, and you will be safe, and you can tell your story. I will support you, and I will keep you safe for the rest of your life. You don't have to see this person. That's the best therapy in the world, and I believe you.
Yes, yes, yes. Auntie, Auntie is a therapist, you guys. She is a licensed retired therapist, so she can talk on this story and on this subject very well. Auntie, tell them your license, what your license cover, please.
Well, I'm a licensed family therapist, and I received my BA at UCLA, and then I received my master's from Azusa Pacific College. Then I did my internship at community mental health facilities, and I worked with 10 years in domestic violence and abuse. Yeah. And I worked with family therapy. So I am licensed by the state board, California State Board behavior. Yeah. And so it's unfortunate we know these things on a personal level, but there's also that level of, you know, that I've dealt with, that it tears families apart. They are fearful. Some react different. There are people like you that, hey, let me stand up. I know it's wrong. And then there are those who are afraid. I can't, you know, I can't make that stand. I'm afraid to deal with my pain. And there can be confusion when the rapists and the abusers are our parents or our siblings or uncles. It's not quite as confusing when it's an outside person. You know? But when it's an inside, it becomes very cloudy, and it's easier to keep quiet. It's easier
Yes,
because
it
when
is.
it's easier for me. I can be silent and you know, so I have to prepare. If a person's saying, I want to confront and I want to support, I want to tell what happened, you really have to prepare them for the backlash of the family.
Mhm.
You have to prepare them for the social workers and people who don't know how to question children, so you have to prepare them because they may not be aware of what's going to happen with that family. Maybe this person is very powerful with a job or in the community.
Mhm.
Maybe this person is very powerful and they run the family, they have the money. It's all kind of reasons why they keep that secret. But
Mhm.
the victim many times is the person that has to be the bad guy. It's easier. I can say, hey, she's got a problem. They may minimize it. They may reframe the whole story. They may say she's crazy. She's always trying to cause problems. She or he are trying to cause problems. And why don't you just suck it up? Just forget about it. And I always say that, that's the person that needs to come forth, and they're courageous to be able to do that because they have a lot, not just the abuse, but they have that after effect of that.
Yes, I can identify with each and every one of those that positions that you
Mhm.
have clarified, because I've been a victim to every single one of them. I'm the
Oh,
bad guy. I'm the one
yeah.
running my mouth. Why don't I shut up? And
Right.
nobody is talking about the fact that I spent 5 years as a prisoner to this, as a prisoner every day, all day, for whatever reason.
Well,
I
you're
was-
talking about torturers. You're talking about, that's torture.
That's right.
And when you come out and tell your story, you're being tortured further, and you're finding you don't have that support that you deserve and that you need. You have people that will say, hey, they old now, leave it alone. They dead. You do not get to tell victims how long they can grieve, how long they can talk about it.
Mhm.
You don't
Thank
get
you.
to say that, okay? I will talk, it's on different level, not nowhere close to your level, but I will talk about the abuse at Central High, no matter who's living there, as long as I feel like I want to.
That's right. That's the way it should be. But now I
Absolutely.
have to join in and piggyback on what you're saying. I say I. Let's get that out of me. And let's say whether they admit it or not, they
Yes.
suffered the same abuse.
Oh,
Whether they were
yes.
raped or not, they suffered mentally. They suffered physically. They suffered along with me. I was suffered every day with beating because I would talk back and,
Mhm.
oh, you look like your mama. Bam. Oh, you this. Bam. And then sometimes I get tired and I punch back, so
Right. Yeah.
I was the bad guy according to them. But
Mhm.
according to life, I know the right thing. I know my father
Absolutely.
is a monster. And I
Any-
would not wish this, Auntie,
Anyone. Right.
on anyone.
And
And go ahead.
you have to feel compassion for them. And I tell you why. They're in pain, and people deal with the pain in different ways.
Yes, ma'am.
In denial, or they become very passive. They are embarrassed. They are ashamed. They don't know how to deal with it. And I think you said it, they in pain too.
Yes.
And it's hard for them to deal with that pain. And you're saying, hey, this is what happened. That's what happened. So, I don't want to think about it. I can't remember. I don't remember it.
It's true. They don't. Some have totally wiped that away.
Yeah,
And and
yeah.
and 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 you know what? I'm not going to beat up on them because they
No.
have that right to accept it or not accept it. However, my purpose, my sole purpose here is to help others. Auntie, I'm gonna at least, I'm gonna say this. Sometimes you say, well, it's not carved in stone. It is with me. It's carved in gold inside of me to help somebody else. I love with all my heart, with all my soul, helping others through this ugliness. I have come across so many people now, men, women, children, and sex trafficking and human trafficking is on the rise.
Yes.
And that is the sole purpose of this show. That is the sole purpose of my book. That is the sole purpose of us being here today. Today is to celebrate Women Month, but it's also to celebrate truth for me. Does that make sense, y'all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And
It sure
you
does.
know, it's so empowering. When you are helping and you're focused, you are actively involved in your healing, and you are a role model for others to heal. And that's around, it can be around any ism, you know, racism, classism, sexism. People who are involved and actively are helping, it's very empowering and it's a healing. And you know, so that you know, this is empowering for you. And you'll be surprised, each person they have to have their own time frame when they are able to respond and react the way you are, to be able to help others and to talk about it. It'll have to be at their own time, and you can only present your life, your story, and your healing to them, and hopefully that'll help.
Yes, yes. We also offer, and I say we because honestly, Risa does most of the background work that is helping us grow. And I can't thank her enough because she is outstanding to me. And I don't think she realizes how valuable she is to the organization and the group.
Thank you. Thank you.
You
We
are
appreciate
so
that.
welcome.
Yes, she is.
She is so welcome. She is a beautiful spirit, and she helps me stay focused. I'd like to say focused because it's not hard. It's not easy coming out of being a prisoner to being especially for such a long time. 5 years is a long time.
Yeah.
To be alone and to fight. And when I'm angry and I want to be mad at the world, Risa tends to get me back on track, Auntie. I appreciate her for that. She's doing a lot of the marketing. And one of the things I wanted to say, I'm really piggybacking on what you were saying, basically to help others. That's why we have created the one-on-one counseling. We offer one-on-one counseling because some people don't want to talk in front of a group.
Right.
And,
absolutely.
yeah, we offer that, and we offer group counseling. And Risa sets all that up. She takes care of all of that. And so, Reese, why don't you tell them how to get in touch with us? So with you, really, and the books by she gives the email, she gives the phone number, Reese, and so would you take it from there for me?
Okay. Well, first, I want to hold up Nickie's book. Okay. This is Nickie's book.
Thank you.
This is Health, Self-Healing, and Sexual Abuse Survivors. Tired of just surviving? Time to thrive. That's what Nickie's organization is all about. And some of the stuff she's talking about. Nickie is dealing with a very, very difficult subject matter. Her matter, she's dealing with incestuous rape, pedophilia, child abuse. This is the stuff that she went through, and she's sharing it with you in her book, as well as tips to help you thrive. She's helping herself thrive,
Mhm.
and she wants to help you. So now you can buy it on Amazon. You go to Amazon.com and buy it there. And if you buy it on Amazon.com, please give her a review, because reviews are very important. I've learned this recently. They're very important to the authors. If you want an autographed copy from Nickie, then you need to go to books by nvsmith@yahoo.com. That's books by N as in Nancy, V as in Victor, Smith @yahoo.com. Or you can call area code 323-351-9770. If you get the book, that information is on the back of the book. Okay. Now, if you want an autographed copy, she'll tell you how much when you send the email, but it's $15.99, Nickie? Did I get it right?
Yes.
Okay.
Plus-
It's $15.99 plus $4.99 shipping and handling. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So, and I guess I better talk a little bit about Auntie's book too.
Well, I was just about to say that. I was about to say, since we're talking about the books, let's bring up our guest book.
Okay. Now
This
this is Saundra's book.
yeah.
Sandra's my aunt too. Nickie and I are cousins, and Sandra's my aunt also. I am very proud of both of these ladies. So
Thank you.
her book is entitled White Skin, Black Soul by
Yeah.
Saundra Johnson.
Yes.
And you can buy her book through Amazon.com. Please give her a review.
Yes.
Again, it's very important to the authors.
Yes, it is.
The
Yes,
reviews.
it is.
So I want you to, y'all get these books. Help support these ladies, these wonderful ladies. Okay. Am I holding these books up so y'all can see?
Yeah.
Here we
Yes,
go.
you are.
Here we go.
You're
All
doing
right.
great.
This is what they look like. Let's support one another. Let's keep each other lifted in love and
Yes.
positive light.
Yes.
Before we came on here, y'all, I ain't gonna tell you what we were laughing about, but we were laughing. And as Nickie said at the beginning, laughter is so important. Okay. It really is. So
Thank you. Thank you. That book to me, Reese, my auntie's book, auntie, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like a family jewel.
yes,
Let
absolutely.
you pass on through life, or generation to generation. Auntie, tell me, what was your thought pattern when you wrote the book? Is that something similar to what you were thinking, like that?
It was. You know what happened? First of all, Risa and my friend Willie Walton, they were the two that kept saying, you need to write the book. Well, I was going to write it just for the family. But it was always, I wanted my family educated. I wanted them to know their Black family history. Our history in America is not in the educational system. So we don't know Black history, but I thought it was very important that as a family, that we know about our ancestors and all their contributions. But I also wanted my family to read the book, to be educated about the isms, about family disease such as sickle cell anemia. I wanted a book that would talk about my life, but I wanted them to be educated as well. I wanted to leave them this.
Okay, that is beautiful, because like I said at the beginning, my family and myself, we don't know our history. We were kept from the Johnson side. We know nothing. My son says things to me like, why was I 35 years old to find out that you were mixed? And his friends, he said, my friends would laugh at me and say, come on, man, look at your mama. And he said that I would say to him, Auntie, and I did. And then this is my oldest son. He's my partner as well as my youngest. My oldest and I were together 10 years before I had another baby. And so we talked about a lot of subject matter and some of the things that I was putting in him. I didn't realize that it wasn't beneficial to him. You see what I'm saying? I would tell him I'm black. I'm black now. You want to go dissect yourself, you do it. But I made it where his friends would say, man, look at your mom now. Come on, man. And I'd be like, you know what? Forget them. You know, I want to put on the boxing gloves and knock them out because something's wrong with them to call me out of my name. To me, it was calling me out of my name. And when you look at me, you can clearly see that I have a mixture of blood, just like we see with you, just like we see with Risa with those high cheekbones. You know, we are Americans. Americans are mixed with everything. We are a nice melting pot of beautiful people. And yes, Auntie, I do believe that it was important that we know our Black history. I do believe it now. Unfortunately, the only thing I knew was the Smith side. Now, when I say the Smith side, I'm talking about my father's side. And the Smith side was that, you know, they would just talk about us because we were so light, some of them, and they were our family. And the only people we get to know was them. And I got to know their prejudices. I got to know their likes, their dislikes, but I didn't get to know their joy, their fun, their happiness. That's why when I come around you guys, I'm all bug-eyed, like, woo, look at this group of people here. They are like the Rainbow Coalition. They laugh. They have fun.
We have a good time,
They
always.
do. They have music, Reese. We dance. And now, instead of they, did you hear that transition? We.
Yes, we.
There we go.
Yes, we.
There.
That's right.
There we go.
And that's what's so important.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And that's why I call you the queen. Because one day when I first met you, I remember when I first came around and I was watching, I was at your house and we were having a lovely time. Well, everybody was having a lovely time, but I was just stuck over like, I have a habit of watching. I will watch and see how I'm gonna feel about certain things. How much can I process? So I was watching and I kept thinking to myself, how much fun these people seem to be having together. Everybody brought something to eat. It was a potluck. Everybody brought something to eat. The music was going. Men were in the garage playing
dominoes.
And I'm like, now why are you sitting over here like a stuck in the mud? And that's what I was taught. I was taught to not like the Johnson side, not understand them, nothing. But once I decided to open me up, to open my mind, my soul, so that I can reach out, now I know that joy. I know that love. I know you as the queen. When I looked at you, the way you was handling everybody, I was just like, wow. She's amazing. She's just outstanding. She makes homemade ice cream, world.
Yes. And banana pudding to die for. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Homemade everything. Never saw this in my life. And I'm just watching it. So now I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna try to engage. And as I tried to engage more and more and more, I was being welcomed, and laughing, having fun. Even start dancing with the music. Hey, I'm gonna divulge a secret here. Y'all, I'm kind of moving all over the place. Just stay with me. The woman down there that I called the queen, Auntie, Auntie used to dance and sing with Bobby Darin, y'all. Y'all gonna have to look him up. But I saw those little legs moving one time. I saw that show, honey. Woo-hoo-hoo. She was
I
going
love
up.
to dance. Oh, I love to dance.
I
Even
She
now,
can outdance every one of us. You know, she'll dance by herself. She'll
Uh-huh.
dance with a 2-year-old. She will just,
I'll dance anybody let me.
And she
beautiful.
know, do you mind if I say yes? Do you mind if I say it?
What?
She almost, I ain't gonna say it, you say it, whatever you want to say. She's a beautiful soul and she don't look her age either. And she
Oh,
loves
you know what? I don't mind. Next year, I was telling Risa, next year, you know, I'll be 80. So I'm
That's
gonna
what I was
bring it.
about to say, but I didn't know if you was gonna okay that.
You know what? I'm not ashamed of my age. I'm very proud. As of now, I have outlived all of my sisters and my 2 nieces, Hilma and Tanya, and Reggie. They were young. And I said, you know, I don't have, I better be very grateful, that is, you know, that I have been able to live to this and still walk around, be independent, not in a nursing home. So yes, I'm very proud to say I will be 80 next year and we're gonna bring it in dancing. Don't come if y'all not gonna have fun and dance.
I'll be there, baby. I'll be
We're
there.
gonna have games. Oh, that's right. We're gonna have fun. So I feel really privileged the fact that I made it this long and have a wonderful husband, and you know,
He's awesome. That's my favorite uncle.
I
and
too, Reese.
wonderful, you know, son, grandchildren, nieces like you guys. You guys are more like siblings. That's niece and nephew. You're more like siblings. And I'm very fortunate to, you know, I'll always say family is always number one. And that was the other thing of my book that was very important, is for family to realize that is the first, that should always be the first responders, you know, no one else.
Okay.
And family is so important.
Well, I have learned that through you, the value of it. It is so awesome. Do you know it's so awesome to sit here and smile and have my teeth all out? I'm just grinning all my buck teeth out, baby. And I don't have,
You got that something
I don't have. And for a woman that's almost 80 years old, now y'all know she's beautiful. Let's give her a hand. Come
She
on.
is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
You are outstanding, honey, and you wearing that red and your pearls, and your hair's beautiful, and you sit here with your clarity of mind. I just love it. I love it. But now let's go back to the power of the month. Here it comes. Nobody said I could sing. Now, I love seeing Auntie dance because those little legs can move, but I'm finna sing. Honey, the thing that I want y'all to know about is this is a man's world. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing, nothing without a woman or a girl. Here we are.
Go, Nickie.
Y'all know I just show out because I have fun. I've been having so much fun in my life, and I totally enjoy it. Me and y'all can't do it without us. Boom, 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 boom.
That's for sure.
Really, that's for sure. For real.
This is a beautiful show. I am so grateful to have both of you on today. It has been outstanding.
Yes,
Auntie, I'm so proud of you.
thank you.
I am too.
Me too, Reese. I'm
I am
so
too.
proud. Go ahead, Reese.
No, I was gonna say I am so proud of her,
Me too.
and I'm proud of you.
Yes.
You know, she made a reference to me earlier. I started hounding Auntie. You got to write a book, because Auntie's always telling us about some other person in our family that did this, and this was your great uncle this, and she had all these little gems that we had to learn about her. I'm like, you were a flight attendant, you were on Jet magazine, I, all these things
Wow.
we found out,
Wow.
with her writing this book. She said, well, I don't know what I can say that hasn't been said. I said, you tell your story.
That's
You
right.
tell
Right.
your story. And she had a lot to say. Once she got going, she had a lot,
Okay.
so I'm
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 proud
so
of
proud of
you,
you.
Reese.
I'm so proud of you. And Nickie, your book, your
Yes,
book is tough. I told you before, your book is tough. Your story is hard to read,
it is.
but you're
Oh,
courageous and brave for sharing it and for wanting so much to help other people. That was one of my questions. I wanted to know, well, why is it so important to you that that you provide this help for other people?
Can I answer that question?
Please, please.
Thank you for the question. It's everything to me. It's everything, Reese and Auntie, because you just got a small portion of this book, but to actually endure this, to live it, and to know that this is coming from your father, somebody that says, I love you. And then for them not to do a day in jail, no time, nothing, and to be considered a pillar of the community.
Isn't that something?
Isn't that something?
Mhm.
And yet you have destroyed your whole family. You have 8 children by my mother, whom you beat viciously.
Mhm.
And you have 1 child by another wife. And I know for a fact that he beat her too. Maybe not as viciously as he did mama, because he had gotten older, But that is the reason I have to help others. That is the reason, the number one reason that is carved in gold inside of me. Well, last week, Auntie, we were talking about goal setting, coming from brainwashing to goal setting. And that is why that is so number one with me, Reese. I said last week, don't be afraid to rip up your goals and start over. You remember that?
But yes, yes.
That's what I mean by with me. It is so important. It is so important that I help somebody else
Mhm.
get through this, because this is one of the worst times in my entire life. And I'm 68 years old. I'm almost 70. And so for me to take this long to heal, if I can help somebody heal, start looking at this healing process, start acting on this healing process before 20 years, before 10 years, before 5 years, why not? It would be awfully selfish of me to hold back on that. It really would. So I know I'm going on and on, Reese. It's just so many different avenues I could take to answering that question.
Well, you
I,
answered it. You answered it.
okay,
You answered
okay,
it.
okay, thank you. I really hope that I did do answer it.
I want to put this question to both of you. Um,
Okay.
Nickie, what do you want your legacy to be?
Huh. I'm glad you twisted it around, turned that around. I'm you know, getting I don't want to get all emotional, but I was getting thank y'all for being strong with me. Oh, give me a minute, okay? Let me go first.
Okay. Oh, Auntie, can you answer that question? What do you want your
yeah.
legacy to be?
Well, the first thing I want people to, remember me as an imperfect person, but a person who always try to do better spiritually, uh, productive work-wise, as an activist for all humanity.
Yes.
And to remember, when they remember me, I hope that they can remember love and my love for family.
Mhm.
And that's the way I want to be. Moral. I've actually done everything I've wanted to do in life. I wanted to be an airline stewardess, a singer, wanted my license. I did all that. I wanted to be a mother. I love being a mother. I love being a wife, grandmother, aunt. And I want to be remembered that way. Nothing real big. Just, remembered in a positive way. And to let this generation know, you got to stay in the fight for all people.
Yes.
You
Absolutely.
never stop. Freedom is precious. And I want to be remembered, in those terms.
Add friend to your list too, Auntie.
Yes,
You're a good
yes.
friend also.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
I don't have about 5 but 6, but
You are a beautiful spirit and a friend. Yes.
Yeah,
thank you. And we're not perfect. I don't want people to go, oh, well, no, I know I have shortcomings. I don't want people at my funeral, oh goodness, in the back of their mind. But I want you to take those shortcomings and make it right for you. I might have had a shortcoming here. So you take that and learn from it. Don't learn everything about me. Don't stop anything, don't just remember and learn from my mistakes. And let's just remember my love.
Ooh, I love that. I love that. Because I do not believe, Auntie. I'm sorry I jumped in on your story. Just got all off with it. But I say this all the time to Risa. I say it to everybody else because I know you guys are getting used to me, like I'm getting used to you. And I know you love me.
We are.
I know you love me. I'm not even in doubt. But I might tell you, Wallace was saying to his wife, because she's a beautiful soul, but we're from two different worlds as far as growing up are concerned, and we're having to learn each other. And I love my daughter-in-law. She's an absolute precious soul for me, and we have a wonderful relationship, which I value. But Wallace was telling her, my mom is a really good person. She said to call you 90 times a day just to tell you she loves you.
Mhm.
And she also gonna tell you that she want to tell you she loves you now, and don't wait till you die. And then come.
Yeah.
It doesn't do you any good when you die. I mean,
That's right. It's
Right,
no
right.
value. And Auntie
Yeah.
just said that. She said, don't come wait until I die to
Mhm.
tell me how much you love me. Don't do
Right.
that. And that's just, to me, worth its weight in gold, Auntie. My daughter-in-law wasn't quite used to people saying they love you, but now she's gotten on board. She's used to it now. It's like,
Yeah.
I love you, girl. Yeah. I said, I love you, girl. She says, love you too. I love you too.
Mhm.
And it's sharing the love, Auntie. That's what your book is about. That's what your legacy you're saying that you want. Is that correct?
Yes.
There's the book. Risa got her. She's the wingman, Auntie. Y'all don't forget to order Auntie's book, White
And this is
Skin.
Nickie. This
Oh,
is Nickie's book.
oh, here's mine. But right now I'm on Auntie, so bring her back up.
Okay.
White Skin, Black Soul, Amazon.com. And read the book. Read the legacy. Here's the woman. Read the book. Okay.
And you will laugh, and you will cry. There are some things in the book,
fantastic.
some things that tickle me, and I'll go back and find that particular thing just to laugh about it. Auntie, if you don't mind, and if Nickie, if you don't mind,
No,
can
I
we
don't.
get for just 2 minutes, please, to share your grandson, your granddaughter, and your son's reaction when they realized that you were Black. Please share those three instances.
Well, I said that, didn't I?
Well,
Nikki,
well, Byron thought he had a friend who was white, and he came home. He said, "Mom, I have a friend. He's Black, just like you." And when I went to school, he said, "See, my friend, it was a little boy. He had little red freckles and red." And I laughed. But his son, Byron Jr., he thought I was white, and he said he looked at the civil rights movement, and he said, "Gammy, were you mean to Black people too?" and then we had Shanice, my granddaughter, and we were working on civil rights, and we were talking about Little Rock Central High. And she said she was 14 years old, and she says, "Gammy, I didn't know you were Black." I said, I've been in your life 14 years, and you now just finding out, So these things, I think you said it earlier, Nickie, and laughter and Risa, you know how much we laugh, and Nickie, laughing at these stories, it's just so funny. It's
It
nothing
is.
you have to be sensitive or defensive about. It is, just funny. And that's why ageism was my favorite chapter to write, because it was more personal stories.
It's a fantastic story. Once again, it is sold where? Amazon.com. Make sure you
Amazon.com.
read it.
Yeah. Buy the
Yeah.
book. You guys will love it. You really
Yeah.
will. You will really love it. And send her, give her a review. Okay.
Yes. It's very
Thank you.
important to authors, you guys, when they give reviews. And I'll tell you why. One of the other most important things to authors is when you're on somebody else's platform, such as Amazon.com, what
Yes.
happens is Amazon is doing a count. It's like an algorithm. And
Mhm.
they're doing a count. Who's selling the most? Who's getting 5 stars? Who's getting 3 stars? What are people saying?
Mhm.
And the more they know what you're saying, the more they'll advertise your book.
Mhm.
And I know you guys don't know that much because they not talking about it.
Mhm.
But
Right.
other folks will tell their folks, "Hey, give me a review, a good review,
Mhm.
5-star review or whatever."
Right.
And especially those who are still in business, other businesses, and they run different things. If they run a church, boy, how big is their congregation? They're gonna get different reviews. They're gonna get reviews that are outstanding reviews. Excuse me.
Okay.
Sorry. They're gonna get reviews that are overwhelming. But when you're somebody that's alone, that doesn't, not alone, but they have family, they really, really have to constantly say, y'all give me a review. And if they don't want to do that, their reviews are low. Not that their story is any less valuable.
Mhm.
Right.
It's just that they are not getting the reviews because most people, first place, they'll get lazy and don't want to give you a review. They get tired. And second place, they're if this person is not a person that's out, I use the example of a church. Okay, and the reason I use that is because usually they have a built-in audience. You see what I'm saying? It's not to compare anything. It was just something that came off the top of my head. They had a built-in audience, and they will get great reviews over and over and over. But in Sandra's case, in my case, it's very few people in our lives outside of our family. So our family is who we need the most to go and give us the review. And friends. tips. So take that in mind. Make sure you give her a review. I suggest a 5-star. Of course, I can't twist your arm and tell you what to do, but hey, 5-star, 5, baby, 5. If you don't think she worth a 5, don't go give her no 2, no 3. You bring it down her story according to them and their platform. And they have the right to do what they want to on their platform. See, you learned something new, didn't you?
Sure did.
Every
Yes,
day.
Every day.
because I had to learn that myself, had to learn it myself. But now, I want to take us back for a second. We don't have that much time left. I want to talk about my legacy. What would I like to leave? I'd like for self-healing for sexual abuse survivors to become nationwide. I'd like for it to be nationwide. People helping people. And I'd like for it to begin with me. And when I die, I'd like for my children or somebody in my family to keep it going. Because it's easy for you to say, she just talks too much, she needs to be quiet. But let me put it on a personal level for you. You got kids, you got a wife, you got a mom, you got a cousin, you got an auntie. If that happened to them, how'd you feel? See, if it's your daughter, if it's your auntie, your mother, your brother, your son, how'd you feel? So me keeping my mouth shut, that ain't gonna happen. That dog, what they say, that dog won't hunt. That dog won't hunt. I ain't shutting up. I know, but I hope you find your own happiness. I hope that you will start with yourself. Start loving you. Start being proud of you. And then and only then can you help somebody else. Then and only then can you teach them about how to love, how to laugh, how to dance like auntie, how to sing. And that begins in your heart. That's my legacy. That's what I want to leave. I also want to leave great stories through books. I pray that some of my books, not only I did make a bestseller with this one, but I pray to make, thank you, Risa. Thank you so much. She's so great. I hope to make other bestsellers. And I'm hoping that some of these books become great films, good movies, entertain people, but help them while you're entertaining them. And so those are my legacies. And I have other goals that I aspire to see happen, such as Pet Memorial Service. But right now I've had to put Pet Memorial Service on the back burner because it's not priority. Priority is helping people heal. And so that's my priority, and that's what the legacy I'd like to leave. Yeah.
It's a beautiful legacy. Beautiful.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you. Risa, Auntie, I love you guys. We are a minute over. So our time. We're going to say good night to all of our audience. We thank you guys so very much from our whole heart, not just the bottom of our hearts. We are celebrating and empowering women this month. And I have what I call the Queen Bee on my show. So you can't touch this. Boom, boom, boom. I got her here, baby. And she knows she's rocking the house. She rocking the house. Come on, Auntie, raise the roof. Raise the roof, Auntie. Raise the roof, baby. Raise the roof. I got my beautiful cousin right here. She my wing man. She may not be on every show. Raise the roof for Risa and Auntie.
Thank
Come on,
you.
y'all.
Hey, she's the one,
Until
Thank
we
you.
meet
the
again.
one that she wrote my foreword. Don't forget.
She did what, Auntie? Say it again.
She wrote the foreword of my book. And also, I didn't forget how you have helped me along while I was doing my book. So
Thank you.
both of you guys, you just wonderful. Thank you.
Well, I love you both. And
Love
We
you.
love you.
I'm
We
so
love you.
inspired by you both. So y'all keep on going.
Well, we will. We will. Raise the roof. Raise the roof. Auntie, Auntie and my cousin, I love you guys dearly. Come on, y'all. Let's throw them a kiss to the world. We'll see you next week. Thank you for being here. Come on, y'all. Come on, Auntie.
To both of you guys and everybody.
All
Thank
right.
you. And good night from the Nickie V. Smith Show.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.